4 minutes past 12, you are listening to the mid-morning talk on Salam Media. In an effort to fight crime, residents in Eldorado Park, south of Johannesburg, on Sunday have marched to the local police station to fight increasing gun violence and the rampant abuse of drugs. The concerned residents say their lives are always at risk because of turf shootouts that happen frequently in the community. Let's have a look.
Does not have a positive effect on our communities, our families at large. Our 15-year-olds are being handed firearms. Our 15-year-olds are being exposed to gangsterism in Eckersloop. As you know, the aim of the Guns Down initiative is to bring about unity so that everybody standing here and those who can hear my voice will be part of the decision making. Many a times the young people are left out of the decisions. They are forward answer do not come in. But today we are taking a stand as a Guns Down team. All of us are Guns Down activists. Say, I'm a Guns Down activist. We are all taking a stand as young people, and together we are going to fix our communities, not just Eldorado Park.
Of this community, and I've seen my own friends go down the grave. Come on. We are tired of this. We can't even go to the shop because we are paranoid. What if we get shot? The bullets are not aimed at us, but it hits us.
And what is close to my heart is the children that are here.
Come on, yeah.
And these are the people that is supposed to be our future. But they are the ones that are still dismissing the afternoon. Our children cannot be seen running with bags on their back.
Well, leaders and members of the Eldorado Park community are taking a stand against the gun violence in the community. The movement is by the young people, for the young people, as Guns Down activist Shona Buhr unpacks, and she's joining me on the other side. Good day, Shona. Thank you for joining me.
Good day, Mariam.
All right, now.
Thank you for having me.
It's a pleasure. The Guns Down movement in Eldorado Park. We've seen it, we've heard about it, and it is really getting out of hand. What has created the need for such a movement?
Well, I think it's very clear, as you said yourself, it's getting out of hand. And if we are not going to take a stand now, we might as well just be wiped out. I mean, it's happening every day. It's constantly happening. Lenasia, Westbury, Newark, Eldorado Park, we are all equally affected. And if we do not take a stand right now, then do we have a tomorrow? So that's why we have decided to start this initiative.
Mm-hmm. How is the reaction of the communities involved in support of the movement?
You know, I'm not surprised. I'm really not surprised that everybody is hands-on. I'm not surprised that the police have decided that they want to work with us. I'm not surprised that young people are standing with us. I am really not surprised by the response they're getting because it took one person to stand up. I thank Councillor Dwayne of Ward 17 in Eldorado Park who said, let's do this. And then secondly, I'd like to thank all the stakeholders and leaders in Eldorado Park who said, yes, let us do this. So I'm not surprised by the intake, the overwhelming intake, because I think that everybody has had enough of gangsters and shootouts done in our communities.
Mm-hmm. Now, just to take us through a typical day or a situation that happened most recently, especially with the one at the school that happened, and fire. Shots were fired when the schools were out. Now, take us through one of those scenes, because when you think about it, it's like, no, man, this seems like it's something out of a movie. I wouldn't really expect it to happen in a community, and more especially outside of a school.
Yes. I mean, you need to ask yourself this question is, were these kids at the wrong place? And it's clear that they were not at the wrong place. They went to school, they went to learn. And first of all, it's very scary that they have to dodge bullets on their way home. Are they not supposed to be at school? I asked to all the gangsters. I asked to all the shooters, are they not supposed to be at school? Could you not squash your beef one side or in a more mature manner? So, taking me through a day as a young person, it's constant fear. It's constantly being vulnerable. It's constantly being exposed and exploited to. It's constantly being exposed and exploited to being targeted. It's not safe for any of us.
Mhm. So, what are the age groups that we're looking at? Those that are involved in the gun violence and those that are actually carrying the firearms.
Yes. I would say that the people in charge are absolutely adults. The people in charge
Mm.
and who are running this are absolutely adults. And they attack or they come to our young, vulnerable, from the youngest of 13 years old, vulnerable kids who are 13, 14, 15, and 16. And they approach them with this, join my gang. And they give them firearms. So as young as 13 years old, a young boy who is vulnerable, a young boy who's just playing in the street, like, hey, you're doing nothing. Join my gang. Here's a firearm. And they equip them with these things as young and as vulnerable as they are. So I definitely think that our gang leaders are taking advantage of the vulnerability of our youngsters at hand.
Hmm. And I heard that somehow the Cape Town gangs are also involved in what is happening in Johannesburg, such that they send people up from their side to come and escalate the gun violence in this side. Is there any truth to that, or is it just speculation?
At this moment, I can say that it can be speculation, it can be facts. That's something we still have to verify. But as long as we are educated about gangsterism, it definitely is very rave and large at Cape Town. When we started this initiative, people from Cape Town and Durban were so hands on. So I can say that yes, it's happening all over, but I can't say that it's a stray bullet from Cape Town exactly.
Hmm. Hmm. So the gun violence has definitely escalated in the community. What sort of assistance are you receiving from local law enforcement?
Could you please repeat that question? I did not hear you.
All right. So, the gun violence has escalated in the community, as we have seen. And what assistance are you receiving from the local law enforcement?
So talking about local law enforcement, just yesterday, Eldorado Park took a peaceful march up to the police station, our local police station, and we have made demands for them to work with us. We have made demands for them to hand in hand protect us. We've had kids stand there with placards and beg for steps to protect us as they want to grow. And so I'm not going to lie to you, with that response, I was very surprised that the general was like, hello, email us, get us on board. I was very surprised that they are ready. They even made a statement in the meeting we had with SEPS and said that the complaints have to change in the community, where it's no longer the community saying the gangsters are attacking us, but where the gangsters are saying, no, man, but SEPS doesn't want to leave me alone. So I'm
Mm.
very surprised to have the law on board at that big impact.
Hmm. So, what sort of protection will the law enforcement be providing for the community?
At this moment, they have just agreed to working with us, to serving us. They haven't given us something that we can say that this is what exactly they are doing. But the mere fact that we have them on board to work with us is a great enough
Hmm.
response.
Mhm. Now, what other avenues can be explored to refocus the attention of the youth to being more proactive and effective, positive change and doing better? I mean, definitely the youth need are the future of tomorrow, so we need to see them grow. So, how can we redirect their focus from the gang violence, the drugs, etc., into something more positive?
So what we are doing is this movement is the first activation. The first activation to getting youth involved. As you can see, I'm spokesperson and the youngest. So that should prove already that this is one of the movements to activate the positive change. We are then also looking into our stakeholders at large to come on board to alleviate this thing and come in cohesion with our NPOs, everybody at large in the community to come on board and say, youth, you are more than the corners you are standing on. Youth, you are more than the occupy, the weed you are smoking, and these alcohol things that you are doing. Those things will always be there, but
Hmm.
you are way more than that. We are also looking in putting sports in every way, every day. Remember when we were growing up, we had after school programs. You did your
Hmm.
homework and you had to go and play your sports. And I think the brainchild of Guns Down would also be that a child in sports is a child out of court. So we are definitely bringing sports back, and I encourage every other community to do that as well. Because when you are busy doing positive things, you don't have time to be a gangster. You don't have time to be a shooter.
Definitely. And what is the ultimate goal and further plans for the Guns Down movement?
Uh, I could definitely say that our plan is simple. Our ultimate goal is simple. We are demanding unity. We're not asking, but we are demanding unity. Because a community that is divided falls, but a community that stands together, united, will never fall apart. So we are demanding unity as a hands down activist. We are demanding for steps to work hand in hand with us. Simple. Moving forward, all we want is the unity, where we say, well, in Afrikaans terms, jou kind is my kind, jou kind is onze kind, your child is my child, your child is our child, where we can grow together as a community and have Ubuntu back.
Hmm. All right. So thank you so much for your time, Shona, and for unpacking that with us. Have a wonderful day. That was the spokesperson for the Guns Down movement in Eldorado Park, Shona Buhr. The concerned residents say that their lives are always at risk because of turf shootouts that happen frequently in the community. Message coming in here from Luvine Monique Lodewijk saying, I have received messages from criminals for months that SAPS has been making hot. According to them, investigations regarding suspects of these shootouts have been in full swing. Privates have been deployed, including high ranked divisions. This gang war started in December when nobody said nothing, when people, including a pastor, was gunned down in a Westbury. Or we hope that the SEPs won't just talk, and they, when they do come on board, they will be doing something effective that will be helping the communities, in not just Eldorado Park, but the greater Johannesburg South as well. They say that police visibility is another problem and that the police station commander is not doing his job. That is one of the reasons why there was a protest. Uh, but the community was decided that if he's not going to do his job, then rather he must step down. Residents will also meet with Provincial Police Commissioner Elias Mawela to hand over a list of their demands. And the protest leader, Chanel George, says this march is to show that they're serious about fighting crime. And I quote, the demands come in the wake of the increasing gun violence that the communities of Eldorado Park, Freedom Park, Rivoli, and the Cape Flats have been seeing in recent months. Our communities are under siege and we can no longer remain silent as these shootouts occur at any time of day or night. Our demands include an immediate and sustainable operations plan from the South African Police Service. Close quote. Well, you can also get involved in the Eldorado Park Guns Down movement and play your part to ensuring that the community is a safe place for everyone who lives in Eldorado Park and put pressure on the SAPS so that they do something about this problem. I do see another comment here from Luvine. She says there is no way that no one can say SAPS hasn't been doing nothing. Um, I was personally at every single crime scene. Where were all these leaders march when it was raining rifle and Uzi ammo on the community of Arlberg? The first victim who was shot in his leg. My question here: where was everyone when this territory war started? When CPU was in full swing, when the trace team was literally hurting these guys? The problem here is people make noise when it's too late. This won't stop now. Well, if I guess some noise is better than no noise at all. It shows that the people are doing something, even if they only started making noise now. It does show that they are fed up and they are trying their best. They want a better and safer community for themselves and for their kids. It is 12:20. You are listening to the Mid Morning Talk on Salam Media.